I finna react to the adults of the generation can't read and it's getting sad.
Read the index card.
The deity had a premonition of the impending cataclysmic event. Shit.
The deity had
Nigga.
a promotion of the independent Ackle Smile event. Hold on. Yeah, put the glasses up. What does it say? The deity had a promotion
The
of
deity,
the independent-
dumbass.
What's this? Calislays Mike event?
Cataclysmic. Oh. She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary, but somewhat. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that one. I don't know that one.
Clothes that were extraordinary but somewhat gauche.
But
I just read that one. Premonition.
for monetary of the impending catastrophic event.
It starts at home. It starts at home. It starts at home.
But
What if they can't read at home too? Just about a month ago, a viral trend was going around where a kid took a note card to his classmates and asked them to read a sentence that most high schoolers should know how to read.
Yeah.
It went viral for their inabilities to read it properly, sound things out, and people were questioning the school systems and what's going on with the youth of today. And the age-old sentiment of it starts at home came up again. But nobody really asked, can the people at home even read?
The deity had a premonition.
Man, get a new flashcard.
Apocalyptic event. The deity had a
The
premonition
deity.
of the impending apocalyptic event.
Oh, yeah. The menu accommodated individuals with extraordinary restrictive dietary preferences. What? I'm a genius. I'm a genius.
Envision which you can't read some big old words. The anti-condoning restriction they add to perfectionist preference.
People are
Dumb
always,
as fuck.
and I do mean always, criticizing kids for sticking their heads in the phones, the tablets, not being able to do simple math, not being able to read. But I'm here to tell you, those same kids grow up and they have kids. If you couldn't read as a kid, then you damn sure won't be able to read as an adult. And that same index card phenomenon that swept the nation that proved that kids can't read is proving
Well, I
that
can read. What you
adults
talking
can't
about?
read too. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that
I'm
subscribe
already
button.
sub,
It's gonna
bro.
go a long,
Don't worry.
long way for the channel. and
Subscribe
a long,
to
long
me.
way for the community. Here, I'm gonna put an index card here with a little sentence, and if you can't read it, you've got to
Bro, nobody know how to read that shit.
hit subscribe, and we're gonna bring you along this literacy journey together. Now, back into the video. Now, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna laugh at a couple spots in this video, but I don't think that none of this stuff is funny at all. The thing that we didn't take into
Wait, I ain't
consideration
gonna lie, this shit actually-
when
this
that
is pretty
last
funny to me.
viral index card trend was going around is that these were high school age students, people who are just mere years away from doing major events like drinking, smoking, and voting in an election. Those people were 1 to 2 years removed of being 18 years old, and they have the reading level of somebody who was in 5th or 6th grade.
Come on,
Especially
show me
when
the
they catch up on the
flashcard.
grade level that they were supposed to be reading at upon graduation. So it becomes abundantly clear that it's not just the kids who have some sort of issue when it comes to reading and writing and literacy skills. That same 17-year-old that couldn't read an index card that was on a 10th grade level yesteryear is going to become an 18, 19, and 20-year-old who can't read that same index card tomorrow. What I'm trying to get you to understand is if you go outside, studies say that 54% of US citizens
God damn. Below 6th grade? What the fuck? That's what's that looking like in Illinois? Below it, that is horrible.
can't read above a 6th grade level. 21% of these same people
Illiterate.
are functionally illiterate. Guys, the adults can't read.
Mandatory thesauruses and dictionaries for everyone. Cataclysmic, deity, premonition. I don't understand why we don't understand those words as adults.
I thought it was
Maybe
deity.
middle school, elementary, that'd be a fun little challenge. But as an adult,
know the guy's name, but he's been going around having people read. And I'm just like, bro, the literacy rate in America is
Just
that low.
astonished that people attempted.
Like, how you can't read that?
Being an American that can
Yeah,
actually
I could read that
fourth grade
shit.
reading level is becoming almost a non-existent thing. The literacy rates in America are absolutely disgusting. I think it was 40 or 50% of adults can't read above a 4th grade level. But these people are like teachers, doctors, parents. they're raising kids and they can't even help those kids.
And those same parents getting mad at the kids. Like, what?
The thing about kids not being able
I'm gonna give my mom a flashcard, so I had to read
in a high
it.
school or middle school classroom. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to you. You go to work, you go and get some food, you go back to work, you come home, you watch your TV shows. But ultimately, if little Tommy is not able to read, then it really doesn't matter to you. But the problem is that these people are growing up to be functioning members of society. And that's probably why you're seeing a lot of issues in the customer service industry when you go to these gas stations and have to deal with cashiers, or when you can't get your damn correct change at a fast food drive-thru. The reason why is because these people simply can't read, write, or do math.
Hi, can I get 2 cheesy bean and rice burritos and 2 spicy potato tacos, no lettuce, extra Chipotle? Thank you. Never. 76 cents. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me 55 cents. Hey, yeah, the change was $9.74, but you only gave me 55.
Yeah, because we don't have we don't have quarters, like we don't have pennies.
You don't have dimes?
No, we just have cents and if I give you
Or nickels? Like, we could have got closer to 70 at least. Okay.
here you go, Queen.
Y'all are telling me you only have 1 nickel back there? This is 65. I need at least 1 more.
I give you 3 pennies.
You don't have another nickel.
Queen, what you gonna do with a nickel?
I'm gonna go pay for my Dunkin' Donuts.
Queen, what you gonna do with a
The
nickel?
difference between 55 and 74 is 19 cents.
I mean, at least you're respectful. She's just dumb.
I give you 3 pennies. You don't have another nickel. What you gonna do with a nickel?
I'm gonna go pay for my Dunkin' Donuts is what I'm gonna do with a nickel. No, listen, the difference between 55 and 74 is 19 cents. I understand you're not gonna give me 19 pennies, but like we could at least get to 70. Thank you. The way I had to beg for my change.
Wait, doesn't a cash register tell you exactly how much change that you're supposed to give somebody? Yeah, we are screwed as a society. Shouts out to that woman for keeping her composure, and I don't want anybody
Keeping her composure? What the fuck? She gonna go back there and beat her ass?
Haggling and hassling this woman about giving her the change that she was rightfully due, but it's not her fault. She simply can't read. She can't do math. Hell, she doesn't know the coin denominations and how they total up to be 74 cents, I think is what the lady said.
74.
This situation is manifesting itself in numerous different ways. This is why people get caught up with clickbait headlines and titles on different clip pages, articles, tweets, all these different things like that. This is why when you have discussions and conversations with people, you start to question yourself, wait, am I wrong in this conversation? You're probably not. This person in front of you probably just can't comprehend because they can't read. People are very much undervaluing how important literacy and simple school age understanding and learning is. And that's why this whole like anti-education movement that some people are putting out.
Anti-education.
To me, we already are at an extreme disadvantage.
I mean,
this country.
shit.
There should be no
Actually, no, I need
rhetoric
school.
behind like
Just for us.
schooling and all these other things. But I digress. But what's not being really factored into this conversation is something that I touched on a little bit earlier. In the video that I put out a month ago about kids not being able to read, it became clear as day to me why this is so terrible. Is because these kids were going to grow up to be adults. These adults were going to grow up to find partners. These people were going to procreate, and then they were going to have kids. And so who is going to be at home teaching these kids how to do simple math? Hell, how to do simple writing, how to do any of the homework. And it would be these same people who can't read.
So Koi got home today and her report card, these report cards are weird. I've never seen report cards like this before. But
Good bitch, threes,
all of
twos.
them were 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So on this list, it says here, 1, not meeting standards at this time. 2, standards partially met, needs more time. 3, meet standards satisfactorily. So handwriting skills, print legibly using proper pencil grip. A 1.
I'm gonna just understand why using a pencil grip.
I mean, you holding it how you supposed to hold it. I don't understand how is that a 1. First name, a 1. Last name, a 1. Uppercase letters, lowercase letters. Okay, I understand she might get them mixed up. You see, she only missed 3 right here for the uppercase letters, and she missed 5 for the lowercase letters. I mean, you know, they'll get it mixed up, but she knows her ABC. So I'm just trying to figure out how did she score a 1?
Well, I can tell you how she got a 1, but you're not gonna like it. It's gonna
Letters
be a quick,
big as
easy
hell.
conversation, and it's gonna involve a mirror. And you're gonna be staring right at it, but you're not gonna like the outcome. I'm not here to mock baby girl in this situation. I think she's doing the best that she can. Hell, I didn't have the best handwriting in the world, but it's clear as day.
You getting great off handwriting? That's kinda crazy.
It's these parents who are enabling this behavior because they don't know no better. It's clear that that baby has issues with her handwriting. Stop giving her them skinny pencils. Go to the store and pick up one of them big pencils. She can focus on her grip. I don't know. I guess the parents just don't do things that we were taught to do when we were coming up in school. And it becomes clear and evident to me that that is the case because her solution to all
But
of
I was
this
never
is
good at my
maybe
handwriting.
I should get
My
some
handwriting is
tutoring,
always nice
maybe I
though.
should help her more. It's none of this. It's maybe I should remove her from the damn school.
And she knows how to write her first and last name. She knows how to spell her first and last name. It might not be the
That bitch upside down. Koya Duncan. First of all, her hairline is some ass. What grade is she in? She gotta be a kindergarten. Capital A on the motherfucking the last letter. Hairline some shit. It's cool though.
Perfect hairline, because my hairline was horrible too. So I'm trying to figure out like what's really going on in school. Like I'm really about to change schools again.
What do you mean
again?
What do you mean change schools again? How about teaching her something? I don't know. You running away from the issue by changing schools is not gonna do it. I was a part of a county that sat next to another county that lost their accreditation, and those kids came over to our county's school system. And let me tell you something, a kid that can't read in one county that moves to another county is just another kid who can't read. And if it wasn't evident that this mother couldn't teach, read, write, do math, or whatever the case may be, up to the level of holding her child to a certain standard based off of that video, her follow-up video where she wrote a note to the teachers at the school pretty much
let me see her handwriting.
up the problem that we're having when adults can't read and trying to teach kids how to read, write, do arithmetic, and all that other stuff. Now, warning, this handwriting is pretty jarring.
Okay, so yesterday, y'all know that Koi got her.
That look like my hairline, to be honest. She using U, just the one letter. Okay. Capital D. Not supposed. Ain't start that sentence. Capital A. I'm starting to see why the daughter do the shit she do.
Report card. And I wrote the teacher a letter. Don't talk about my handwriting. I graduated high school and I did some college. So anyways,
some college.
I asked for a conference.
You get your degree though.
Change of classroom because I just feel like she's nitpicking with my daughter. It's been multiple occasions with her getting in trouble in the classroom for like the smallest things. The stuff is like really to me. I mean, like they're in kindergarten, they're still kids. So I requested a conference and she wrote back and said that I can come tomorrow. And she also got in trouble today in school. Says Koya had to sit with another teacher 2 times for not following directions. Okay. So, I mean, I sent the letter today and now all of a sudden she got in trouble. I mean, I really feel like it's like a little nitpicking going on with this teacher. So I'm definitely going to the school tomorrow to see what's really going on.
Guys.
Sure. So I'm definitely going to the school tomorrow to see what's really going on.
Guys, look at this. What?
What?
What? Go back. Pause the video. Look for all the grammatical errors.
Yeah, I was looking at some of them.
The misspellings of words. It's so tiring. Now, in this, she did say something that I thought was very, very interesting. And honestly, it explains how we got here today where these adults clearly can't read.
Don't talk about my handwriting. I graduated high school and I did some college, so.
For any of my international listeners / viewers of this channel, you might not understand this concept, but America does this thing where they pass people along. And this woman is clearly indicating this thing. Now, again, I don't have the best handwriting in the world. Would I write a letter to a teacher using pencil with so many grammatical errors, missing punctuation, all these other things, misspelling words, all this other stuff like that? No. But as this woman is clearly stated in this video,
I've been misspelling a little bit.
She's just been passed along. She's graduated high school, she's done some college, and there's clearly been some sort of issue with her reading and writing ability. That's because America, for what it's worth, just passes people along.
I just watched a documentary featuring a man graduating high school who could not read. Then he graduated from college and he still couldn't read. Then he became a teacher and was a teacher for several years, and he still
you couldn't read as a teacher?
The documentary is called The Truth About Reading, and no, this is not an ad. It is on Amazon Prime. Talks about how the American school system has been churning out people who cannot read for ages because so many schools are not set up to teach the way so many kids learn to read. So many brilliant adults in the US cannot read. An enormous amount of them are incarcerated, and it's completely preventable.
In 2001, the No Child Left Behind policy came in and
George W. Bush up in that pussy.
It was arguably one of the worst policies known to man. Schools were tasked with meeting annual progress reports based on standardized testing and reading and
so dumb the niggas who hold me.
Okay. And the inability to put simple things like books, markers, pencils, crayons, and other stuff like that in their classrooms. While the purpose of this law aimed to achieve the closing of the achievement gap in class classrooms, it also switched around schools' priorities. The goal wasn't to understand
the grades.
material because somebody might understand the material less and it ultimately affect the final scores. The goal was to make sure that they passed these tests, make sure that kids weren't left behind, and make sure that they moved on to the next grade. But the adverse side effects of the No Child Left Behind policy are still being felt today, and they are detrimental.
Ask any teacher you know that No Child Left Behind policy was one of the biggest mistakes our education system has made for our kids. The fact that these kids are failing and being moved on to the next grade is doing such a disservice to them, because as you move on in school, the concepts get harder and more complex. And if you don't understand the basic steps,
you never will.
A simple problem to be able to move on to the next step, which is more complex, you're not going to be able to do any of the stuff in the next grade. And I can tell you right now, that teacher that they're going to have next year is not going to have the manpower or the time to sit down and teach them the basic steps of how to do something that they should have learned last year.
I was a teacher for 5 years. In that 5 years, I raised students' test scores anywhere between 2 to 10% in a given year, which maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but I cannot begin to tell you the amount of work that goes into being a teacher and trying to actually move a needle. So with all that hard work and all the effort on my part and the students' part and moving that 2 to 10% in a given year, I never saw in my career more than 42% of a class pass that state exam. And the reason is because that 2 to 10% that we moved the needle was 1 to 2 grades behind where the current state exam was. And at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because that kid was going to go on to whatever the next grade was, ready or not. Because although standardized testing was one of the ways that schools were held accountable to performance through No Child Left Behind, self-reporting was another measure. Again, maybe your test scores weren't that great, but your self-reported class achievements are fantastic, which is what wound up happening. I wasn't allowed to fail kids. So if you didn't turn in your homework assignment, if you did very poorly and didn't understand what was going on, it didn't matter.
That sounds like me.
We're sitting in an era where the No Child Left Behind
I ain't get left behind.
having children, and
I'm moving on to the next grade.
displaying the inabilities to teach these
But I know how to read,
kids at
though.
a proper age. These are the same parents who were so mad during the pandemic because they had to spend so much time with their kids. The kids were on Zoom classes asking for more and more answers to simple math questions.
Well, I was
The reason
overly
why these
seeing
parents
that
were getting
Zoom.
so fed up is not because they
Bro, oh my God. Sometimes I'll be, I don't mess, sometimes, it depends. My game was mostly took though. Cause my grades, bro, I wasn't doing nothing in Zoom classes, bro. You think I'm gonna be at home 100% locked into my schoolwork? Bro, you must be crazy, bro. You must be, I got my game. Nigga, come on. Fuck, who do I look like doing my work when I have my game right next to me? Boy, I'm on that shit every day, on Fortnite, on 2K, on Call of Duty, on Minecraft. Life was so good back then, bro. The gaming was unmatched, bro. That ass. Everybody was on that bitch 24/7. Oh my fucking God, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want another pandemic, but if it happens, and all my family straight, all my friends family straight, I might not complain that much, to be honest. I might not complain that much. Bad
or anything like that. But it's because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to teach them. They didn't know how to guide them to the right answer. These are the same parents who are getting on the internet fighting for their right to not have to teach kids. I've literally seen videos online of people getting upset because they have to teach kids. They feel like, I'm sending them to preschool. That's what they should be teaching them there, as if there's no work to be done at home.
Chat, is it just me, or are these teachers not teaching, like, in the aspect of when the kids are in y'all care, like, you supposed to basically parent them, like, you know, they're in your care, do what you, like, basically do your job.
Do what you do. Combine that with the AI generation that is coming up, you understand why we are getting these video snippets of people arguing in the streets and it's sounding like incoherent babble. These political rallies that people attend and they don't have good logic and reasoning when, you know, asked 2 or 3 questions. You see why these kids are in the shape that they are, why they can't read. And that's because the adults can't read either. I don't know what the solution is. You know, when I was younger, reading was pushed, reading was perceived as cool, reading was forced on us to the
reading ain't never been perceived cool.
Get back to that.
But I ain't gonna lie. If you had Diary of a Kid, Dog Man, Captain Underpants, boy, you that nigga.
We need to find ways to make reading cool again, make math cool again, make learning cool again. But at this stage, I think we're cooked because we're sitting on this cycle where everybody thinks education is lame, and also at the same time, everybody can't read. So we're just cooked as a society, guys. I hate to be so doom and gloom. We're cooked as a society. Put a book in.
Every time I see this, that just made me laugh. Like, bro, your cousin though, your cousin